I've been watching your work for so long, and I've always had so many questions about how a person like you becomes a person like you, how you become the preeminent documentarian of our time. I mean, you have so much work out there. It's really extraordinary. And all of it on PBS, right?
Right, all of it.
Which is also extraordinary.
You know, it's the public broadcasting service. It's the Declaration of Independence applied to communications, just as the national parks, you could say, was the Declaration of Independence applied to the landscape. I mean, like manifestations of really American things. It may not seem obvious to us, but it seemed obvious to me that that's where I should go. So I had lots of, I headed for the hills out in New York, 46 years ago, because I thought I was taking a vow of anonymity and poverty to do this stuff. And I lived in the same house that I've lived in since then, in the same bedroom for 46 years in this tiny little village in New Hampshire. And when the first film was nominated for an Academy Award, that was a film called Brooklyn Bridge, everybody said, "Oh, you're coming back to New York, you're going to LA." And I said, I'm staying here. It's so labor intensive. And I can sit here in front of you and tell you that every single one of my films is a director's cut. I'm not going to sit here and give you an excuse. Well, that one, they wouldn't let me do this, or they didn't give me this amount of time. And so I could, with the reputation I have, go into a streaming service or a premium cable and say, I need $30 million to do a history of the Vietnam War. And they'd give it to me. But they wouldn't give me the 10.5 years it took me to take.
Oh,
you see what I mean?
It's the time.
It's the time and the ability to marinate the ideas, to do the deep dive into the scholarship, to triangulate the various scholarships, as you know better than anybody. There's lots of different viewpoints and perspectives, and you want to find a way in which you can kind of, if not average them out, you can find a way in which you can understand them, and you can have a conversation, a sort of a campfire around which you can discuss the complexity and the undertow of any subject. You pick it, the Brooklyn Bridge, the American Revolution, most recently. Yeah.
How early on did you realize that the only way to get this like full autonomy was to do with PBS?